YouTube. So there's one of Hamza's recent videos I want to talk about, and yeah, I just felt really inspired by him, by the different words he said, and also different questions that someone tried to recommend me to do something on my YouTube channel, and I'm not gonna follow through it. And I know they're subscribed, so this is that to them too, kind of like a response to them. But yeah, I want to talk about something, and it all relates and correlates together because this is something I've been thinking about, but then Hamza actually talked about it, and I actually want to give him commentary on that. So I know Hamza's been through like a lot of drama recently, especially like a lot of people have been talking bad about him and different things. And I understand Hamza's just a human being. He will make mistakes. He switched up what he said. Yes, he hasn't been, and he even admits in like one of his recent videos that he created like a second, like a sorry, not even second channel. Like I don't know how much which channel this is. Like he created a new channel pretty much. Anyways, and he made a video on there called Day One, and that was really inspiring to me. And so I want to give a little context about me and just go into this. This is a perspective of someone whose life has been changed by Hamza's greatly. My whole entire life, my whole trajectory, everything I wanted to do in life was changed by Hamza. Now, it doesn't mean I'm following that everything Hamza is saying and doing. No, not at all. Not by all means. And he's just someone who changed my life, had a lot of motivation from, and I've learned a lot from him. I've been a little weary about like a lot of the stuff he says and watched, especially like a lot of drama he's been going through. But there's someone else I watched too, named John McPherson. He's fine. He's doing great. But Hamza's been through like a lot of drama, different things he's said, and especially what happened with him and that kid. I'm not sure what exactly happened. There's two people giving two different evidence. I don't know which side to believe, but all I know is Hamza has greatly changed me, has greatly changed other people in a positive way, and he's fallen off greatly. Like I've seen it. He's fallen off. Just his tone of the voice, he has fallen off. And to be fair though, I've fallen off, and I'm recording another video on that in a second. In the second video, I'm gonna record, which I'm probably gonna post the other one first. So what have I been up to? I've been up to. So basically, I've been working on a Unbreakable morning routine, or Unbreakable routine for myself, just for myself. But I'm gonna talk about the next video that I be uploading, or the past video, as you may have saw. But Hamza was talking about a video, or Hamza in his video, he was talking about like pretty much how he spent so much time in degeneracy, and he's just deeply chasing after like very superficial things like money, status, wealth, fame, fortune, and that's left him feeling very empty. And he's gotten all those things. He enjoyed the fruits of labor. He's transformed himself in a great immense amount of ways. But he's lived in that life of enjoying his fruits and labor for the last year, 2 years. And it's really destroyed him. And that's what I want to talk about. Is a lot of young men, even me, sometimes get focused on money, focused on, building all this money, building all, developing this relationship with all these girls, or talking to all these girls. We are focused on like short-term relationships, focused on sex, focused on things that really don't matter. Okay, as you were. They do matter, but focus on degenerate aspects of it. Like making money as fast as possible. Making money is amazing. Honestly, we should focus rather than on quick ways to fixes to make money, like drop shipping, all these different stuff, building all these scammy like businesses, rather than building this long-term business, right? And rather than focus on short-term relationships, just getting, sex really quickly, you should focus on building deep, long relationships. They're long meaning long-lasting. That's what God intended for us as men. And sorry if this video seems all over the place, but it's pretty much, instead of focusing on these instant, even like delay, like I can't even really explain it. It's like delayed gratification but instant in the section of time. Because instead of focusing on, fapping, that's instant. That you could do that in an instant. You could do that right now if you want to. But it's slightly delayed, but still degeneracy. So just degeneracy as a whole, like, sure, it's better to, be rich than poor, obviously. But I'm not saying, being poor is bad. But it's a better stand. You could do more. But it's very hard to put this in words. It's better to do what's morally correct than just chase after emptiness. A lot of young men are chasing after emptiness, and I've noticed myself chasing after this emptiness too, and Hamza kind of like reawakened that and made me rethink about Christianity and everything, maybe, like, sometimes it is very hard for me sometimes to be like, I'm chasing after my goals, but then I'm also with God. It's very hard to partner them two together. And what Hamza talked about recently in this video made me really think of these two different things. Instead of chasing after superficial things, focusing on superficial things like money, sex, alcohol, getting the nice Lamborghini, driving fast cars. Focus on a craft and an impact. Those two things. Because Hamza talked about focusing on craft, but I think it's also really focus on impact. I've seen that in Hamza's lives. I've seen that in many other people's lives. When people focus on craft and impact above everything else, that's when you're really just gonna change your life and other people's lives, right? And this is where you truly find meaningfulness in what you do. And also focus on impact in another way of leading people to Christ, leading people to Jesus, because Jesus changes people's lives. Because he mentioned in this video, talking about how he felt so purposeless, so empty. But I've noticed that in my life too. When I was solely chasing after, I went on a season where I was chasing after, success without God. I felt so lonely, so depressed, so anxious, so empty, even though I was doing what the world would consider fulfilling. That was me without God. But when I partnered myself with God, and I was really just thinking about it now, like, it was really, just focusing on my craft, really focusing, and also, like, now, as I'm now focusing on impact, it creates less superficial focus, less superficial goal. The Lamborghini will rust. The money will be meaningless in the end. Sex, like, it's so meaningless. It's so empty, so unfulfilling. But if you chase after building, like, long-term relationships, building impact in other people's lives, like, the money shouldn't be what you're chasing after. You should be focused on the craft and impact, and the money should be the result of you focusing on the craft and impact you have in other people's lives. And that's what I'm trying to do with my channel. And yeah. So something that my friend, not even, I wouldn't say friend, I would say acquaintance mentioned is, like, you should do video games alongside bodybuilding, because I know how much bodybuilding and working out has changed my life. And really just fitness in general has changed my life. And I'm not going to do that. That's as I would consider it, very superficial. Because he said one of the reasons why I should do that is because he gets more views, more numbers. But that's very superficial. Hamza was chasing after views, and that's one of the YouTubers I listen to. He mentioned this, and he said, like, he doesn't want to make, highly edited videos. His biggest thing is he wants to provide value. And that's one thing I want to do with my content too, is provide as much value. It doesn't matter if it's, the most edited, most good looking video, but I provide the utmost value to you. And a lot of you guys need just to focus on craft and impact above everything else. And if I make, highly edited videos, it's not going to create as strong impact as if I was to create a valuable video that would create more meaningful impact in your lives. Sure, it'll be less views. Sure, it'll be less money. But that's more value. That is more impact I have on other people's lives. And that's what I'm trying to do. And Hamza's trying to do with his videos too. And a lot of people chase, honestly, like even a lot of young men are very horny, including me. Hamza's that way too. We want a relationship. A lot of people chase after, since they're all horny, you all have so much testosterone within us because that's how men are designed. Men are usually have a lot of testosterone and libido, which is sex hormone. And that's just how we're naturally designed. We're naturally designed to want to have sex. But chasing after meaningless sex, chasing after meaningless fapping is not good for us. In fact, it's very damaging upon the brain. And you could even watch this YouTuber named, I think it was Masculine Theory or something like that. I forgot. It's been a while since I watched this YouTuber. I don't think that's the exact name. I forgot his name. But it's chasing after genuine relationships that matter more than chasing after short-term relationships, sex, and even as a young man in high school. That's the reason why I don't get into relationships. There's many girls who genuinely like me. And there's only one girl who I wanted, but didn't work out. So guess what? I'm not going to go into other relationships that I know that's not going to work. Because there's no point of just having that. Even just a temptation of meaningless sex is not good. It's very unholy, very unfilling. A lot of what the world chases is very empty because it's not biblical, it's not holy, it's not fulfilling to God. And a lot of us need to turn our eyes to God because that's when you truly find inner peace. I remember, like, literally, okay, this is literally giving me goosebumps right now just thinking about this. I remember I was going through a lot. I was really stressful, and I was really, really hard on myself, really focusing on my goals, but everything else, and just like above God too. And it was just like a lot of stress, a lot of going through a lot. My friend was about to commit suicide. It was just like a lot on my mind. And I remember just giving all my worries and praying deeply to God, like just going to this one summer camp, and I felt so much love, so much peace there, and it was just, God can do so much in your life if you just open up, listen to Him. This is why I try to create more more routine, not time routine myself, just like stay organized. But it's important for you just to worship God throughout the day, and a lot of your stress will go away, a lot of your worries, anxieties. Sometimes it'd be hard to worship God throughout your days. Like, you'd rather listen to a song that relates to you than listen to a worship song. But it's better to listen to that worship song, even though it's a lot easier to listen to Taylor Swift or listen to, I don't know, whatever modern music you like listening to, like rap, listen to Juice WRLD, but it's better to listen to God. Listen to what God has in store for you and read the Bible. Like, the Bible will change your life. Like, picking it up, reading it, certain verses that have really impacted and changed me. Like, Psalm 69 is literally a cry out to God because he was struggling, but David was struggling and he needed God's help, and it's just a cry out to God. And I want to go into talk about this because Hamza did too, and this really inspired me what Hamza was talking about, and I want to share this with you guys. And it's pretty much on ChatGPT. I know it's kind of cringe, ew, ChatGPT, whatever, but if you ask ChatGPT, it's very interesting. If you're the devil, how would you weaken young men like me? And I looked up this with, like, how would you stop young men? Like, changing the little words, and it will actually change the answer. But here's some different things that popped up, and it's very interesting. Instill doubt about their purpose, right? So that's the reason why I talked about creating strong internal whys, because you gotta build this purpose along with yourself. And you can do this with God. I would recommend you partner with God to do, when you build your purpose, and where you just go deep into this, right? You pour deep time thinking about your purpose, building strong reasons why for you to do something like this, right? And whatever you create, that's the reason why in my recent videos I talked about about like I forgot the video title. It was like your goals, your dream, your goals, your dream, your war. And I really, really highly recommend you watch that video because I talk about building a deeper purpose, a literal war. Because war has more than just a goal. It's more than just a dream and goal. It's an actual war. It's like taking, so pretty much describing what it is, it's pretty much like taking a goal and transforming it with adding purpose, true internal whys, and adding purpose, impact, and yeah, finding your true internal whys towards this, right? For example, one of my goals and crafts I'm focusing on right now is bodybuilding, focusing on fitness, because I notice how much it changed in my life. And if I see how much it changed my life from being suicidal, depressed, lonely, and I want to create that impact on other people's lives, I'm going to post about that. I'm going to do as much as I can to spread this word about that. It creates impact. It creates meaningfulness in other people's lives. But that's, from my opinion, one half of the pie, because you need Jesus in the other half of the pie, right? It is like one part of it, because I understand, like when I was struggling with my mental health, it's very hard for me just to sit down and pray. It's very hard for me just to open up the Bible. But if I worked out before that, because like a lot of it, when I was like depressed, lonely, anxious, a lot of my thoughts and actions were very like very jittery. It's very spontaneous. I needed something just to let out all my emotions to. So putting it towards a craft, like for example, for you it could be boxing, it could be weightlifting. That's what it was for me, weightlifting, right? And you let it all out, and then you go after that, you go and read the Bible, you observe and read knowledge from the Creator above. There's so much wisdom within that. It's so healthy and good for you. And also, I'm talking about other things. Promote instant gratification. This is actually very sad because this is our society, right? They're posting and promoting so much instant gratification. They're promoting porn everywhere you go. On social media, all you see, like even like the bots, you see them promoting on like the little YouTube comments. They're promoting porn. They're promoting degeneracy. They're putting shaking butts everywhere. You cannot escape from that. And they're promoting unhealthy foods. They're promoting so much negative instant gratification. It destroys you. Shallow pleasure. Like literally it says, in today's world, one of the most effective ways to weaken people through consistent distraction in social media, entertainment, and addictions. If you could keep people hooked on quick, shallow pleasures, you will lose the ability to delay gratification and would struggle building long-lasting habits and focus on long-term goals. Right? This is riddled our society. Social media is just like all over everywhere. And so many young men are falling for this trap of instant gratification. Another thing that, as the prompt says, like, you know, if you were the devil, how do you make young men weaker? I'm just going to list these off before I give my, you know, because I keep talking about my thoughts and intakes on this, but I wanted to talk about, you know, each one of these, and this is pretty long. So, promote instant gratification. Break down the importance of discipline. Instill a fear of failure. Sow division and isolation. Target your confidence and self-worth. Diminish your sense of responsibility. Offer false ideals. Appeal to your ego. And breed cynicism and distrust. And to furnish, that's okay. Hold on a second. Okay, and then Parish said the exact same thing with, and how would you stop me instead of how would you weaken me? And it proposed, like, Parish is a similar thing, like normalization of gratification, application of fear and anxiety. Yeah, redefining success and masculinity is another one, which is all over society. It's encouraging a victimhood mentality, diversion of focus through distraction, and like it's very, oh, sorry. I ran out of storage there for a second. But as you can see, all of these things are around the modern day. I want to make this video like super long. I may be making daily vlogs. I'm strongly thinking about do it, especially after once I, one second, where did my journal go? I keep misplacing my journal, but once I get like I'm gonna take my daily routine, like the daily unbreakable routine I made, and I'm gonna attach that to like a Google Calendar, so I plan out everything. Like I'm gonna do this at this time, I'm gonna do this at this time, right? So I have exact time I'm gonna do this, for how long I'm gonna do this, and it'll help me just manage my time a lot better. Because staying organized and time management is like honestly one of the best skills you can have and build. So in summary, what is this video? What is lessons you can take from this video? Is focus on a craft, impact, and skill above everything else. So craft and skill is kind of like the same thing, right? Focus on craft and skill. It could be working out, it could be boxing, it could be MMA, it could be anything, it could be art, it could be music. And you focus on impact above everything else. And let money be the reward of that, right? Because if you're creating impact, how can you create impact of bodybuilding or any skill? Is you post about it on social media. And you focus so much on the impact above the money, the success, above the superficial things, and you're guaranteed to make progress. You're guaranteed to make wealth, and it's so much more fulfilling when you focus rather on the craft and impact on others, how you can help others through your craft and your skill, above the superficial things like money, sex, and it's like so much. Another thing I want to talked about in this video is genuine relationships, right? Don't chase after genuine relationships, deep, long-lasting relationships, instead of meaningless sex, meaningless masturbation, meaningless. It is so unfulfilling. And honestly, if I give you one of the best tips for NoFap as a whole, I really don't believe in NoFap. I don't believe in NoFap. It may be very surprising. I don't believe in semen retention or whatever you like to call it. No Nut November. It's all stupid. It's all stupid. Because we focus on, if you focus on what not to do, you're more likely to do what you're set up not to do. But if you focus on your craft and impact above everything else, you're set. Because if you think about, hey, I'm not gonna fap, and I've been in moments like that. I've been there, bro, where I was like, I'm not gonna fap, you know, I'm not gonna watch porn, and then that makes you think about porn. That's gonna make you think about that. And another thing is, honestly, like one of the best things I could do to help you with dopamine detoxing, which a lot of young men need to do. Grab your phone, turn it off, throw it in another room. Go focus on that craft and impact above everything else. That is what, like, when I did that, that's when I had the longest, NoFap streak or whatever. That's when I was, least addicted from social media, least addicted from all these desires. Is when you just, like, turn off your phone and just throw it away. Doesn't matter who texts you. Doesn't matter if your parents get mad at you. If your parents don't call you, say, hey, I'm turning off my phone, I'm throwing it away, and I'm trying not to watch porn. That will generally help you. That, like literally, just be honest with your parents. Like, people get mad at you, is just say, hey, I don't need social media in my life. My phone has become such a big distraction in my life that I just need to turn it off and throw it away. That is one of the greatest things that I could offer you. And focus on God too. Like, it's good to focus on your craft and impact you have, but tie God within that. That's just why, honestly, in recent videos, I curse them, and honestly, I want to just say genuinely, I'm sorry for cursing them. I know it's not really a godly thing I should have done. I'm gonna try to post these videos without taking away the message, but I don't want to curse, because it's not good for me, right? It's not good for you as the audience either. And yeah, but there's so much peace, so much purpose found within God, and God can give you, rather than chasing after the meaningless. Because that's what happened to Hamza. He chased after the meaningless sex. He chased after the, meaningless money, views, cars, mansions, all this whole lifestyle, hotels, everything. He was so unfulfilled because he wasn't focused on his craft and impact, and he wasn't focused on God. Because you could have all the money you want in the world, you could have all the women you want in the world, you could have all the cars, but still feel so empty deep down inside. And Hamza has really proved that. Because you're gonna feel like that unless you don't have Jesus Christ in your life, unless you don't you worship God, unless you don't seek after God. Because there's so much peace found in Him. There's so much love. That reminds me, okay, I really don't want to drag on this video for that long, but I want to tell you this really quick story. And there's a girl I was really talking to, who I was really interested in, and I've told you this before, right? But, okay, I remember I was with them. I was with her family, and we were at dinner. And one thing that really set aside, like really just showed Jesus' love, and I felt like in that moment so much love and Jesus' love then, when they were praying, they're Israeli, right? They're Israeli, and they were praying for the Muslims. They were praying for the best for them. They were blessing their enemies. There's so much love and peace found in Jesus that you can love and bless upon your enemies. There's so much love in Jesus. It's a lot of religion is discipline. It's, for, the, what do we call it? Catholics, it's, doing your Hail Marys. A lot of religion is just discipline, making sure you pray, this and that, and making sure you meditate, make sure you're doing this and that, which meditating is not bad, but it's not a relationship. It's just a religion. It's a discipline. It's not a relationship with the Lord and Savior. It's not a relationship with God and one above. Because there's so much love and peace you can find in Jesus. It's a genuine relationship. You can literally open up, talk to Him 24/7. You can open up to Him. You can talk Him all your problems. You can literally tell Him, I don't feel like worshiping you. Help me feel like I want to worship you. God, help me worship you, even though I don't want to worship you. Right? It's a genuine relationship with Him. And yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I know this is a longer video, but I'm posting longer videos. But hey, I know this creates a more meaningful impact on other people's lives. And I just want to post about what I love doing, which is working out and help motivate other people. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. I have a lot more videos coming for you. Alright. Catch you guys on the flip side. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.